I wouldn't have this guy as a doctor, I'll tell you right now. I don't want my heart being dropped in, that's for sure. Does anybody have any questions before I launch into?
Hold the mic up a little.
Before I launch into anything? Anybody?
When was it made again?
1966. Yeah, I was about 16 years old. That was me, Dr. Frankenstein. You know, the real Dr. Frankenstein, Colin Clyde, in the original film, he left medical school, so he wasn't even a doctor, you know, so I wouldn't want him operating on me either. But the film was done in my garage, and we had my friend David, who was a cameraman, and Don Johnson, who was a monster. He was actually as skinny as that. I mean, he must have weighed 90 pounds, and his bones were sticking out most of the time. But what's interesting about the film is that it was edited a little bit, and so that my girlfriend at the time sort of jumped out of the filming and said, no, maybe I don't want to be in this. So that left a big vacant spot where the female was supposed to be killed in the film, and she was out. So, and Don didn't want to wear a wig, so we forgot about that. So this newspaper here, that has an interesting story, because I lived in Queens, and behind the complex, the apartment complex, was a road, the old Motive Parkway it was called. And it was a road that went right to Alley Pond, and on the side was slopes. And I was walking there with a friend, I must have been 12, and we saw a suitcase down there. We went to get it. It was old. We opened it up. This newspaper was inside, 1908. Wow. So I said, okay, looks a little ratty in the film, but I'm blaming the delivery.
You still have it?
No, I don't have it anymore. I don't. But, okay, so the heart, the first heart was a liver I got from a store called Pathmark on Long Island. And the second heart was a bag filled with tomato juice and water. But all the electronics and the flares and all that, that was sparklers and other odds and ends. And there's one part where it starts shooting out. That got all over Don, who was bare chested for the most part. And he was screaming and carrying on, which you can't really tell. But that was that part. That was sort of fun. But, yeah. And so, you know, I entered the film 1967 in the Kodak movie contest, 8mm. I won honorable mention. I don't know what they were thinking. But they sent me 2 rolls of film, and I edited some of the parts where you might see I look a little different. You know, black this, black that. The blouse with the little frilly thing. My girlfriend said, don't mention this. That was my mom's. But, you know, we did what we can. We had fun. And that's the story. Any questions at all about anything?
Where'd you get the shirt?
That was my mom's blouse.
Uh-huh. I thought the sleeves were a little short.
Yeah, a lot short.
That explains it.
Yeah, and that was her scarves and all that stuff.
Are you going to be in the lobby after if we have any questions?
I'll be in the lobby.
Okay.
If anybody has, you know, questions, and I'll sign autographs and stuff. But yeah, so that's it, and I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah.
What speed film were you using?
It was 8mm, just a regular 24 frames a minute, I think.
You know, I think he wanted to know the ASA.
Oh, I don't remember at this point. Yeah, we were just lucky. I had this this crank camera that my father gave me, and it had a viewfinder. It wasn't through the lens, so we were just lucky we got anything on the film. So that's why the titles were way at the top. You know, my father was like, oh, you know, here's a camera, you know, I found on the street or something, have fun. So, yeah, any other questions?
Will there be a sequel?
You know, I'm just thinking now, if we kids had the cameras like they have the iPhones now, Yeah, you could call me Spielberg Jr. Because I would have gone nuts with it. So, I mean, we had very rudimentary stuff, really, so we did what we could. That film's almost 60 years old.
Yeah.
So that's sort of fun. And that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, okay. Thanks for everybody.
All right.